there was so many opportunities for like little drum rolls and stuff like that, and it wasn't happening. And I got pissed off about it. And I write down could have used drum rolls because I wanted to make sure that when you and I talked, that I was going to bring that up. And then lo and behold, after the bass solo, freaking Trevor was holding back, and it said,
Yeah.
"I can't hold back any longer, no!" And then just boom, boom, it went crazy. I went
Stop
crazy.
shaking the camera.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey, everybody. Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is John, and that fine chap over there, got it right, I think, it's Greg. Greg, how are you doing this fine evening?
Or Mr. Pink. Just call me Mr. Pink.
Nice.
You know what movie that was?
Well, Reservoir Dogs. Never heard of
Yeah, look at that. Yep.
it.
Was that the guy with the groggly voice?
No, Mr. Pink.
Pink.
Mr. Pink was Steve Buscemi because he got why can't I be Mr. Black or Mr. You know, he's the one arguing, and then wouldn't take the waitress, and don't get me started on that film.
You like it or you don't like it?
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Speaking
of,
no, you can go on.
I was going to say just I saw it with my best mate at a cinema in Coventry, and it must have been right at the end of the before the smoking ban kicked in. It was like one of the last ever cinemas where you could sit and smoke while watching the film still, which was amazing. And when we saw it during the daytime, and you know when you see a film and it's fantastic, and then you walk out and it's bright sunlight still, and you feel really disorientated.
Yeah.
And then we sat in a coffee shop across the way for well over an hour just talking about the film and how great it was and all the little tricks in it and everything.
I miss those days. I used to do that with my buddies, my mates, too. And yeah, that feeling of coming out from the complete pitch black and just having the sun just blinded. Yeah, it's actually a great feeling, especially if it's a great movie. You come out, and you couldn't wait to talk about it or whatever. Yeah. So hopefully we have a great song that we can talk about. I
think I do have a great song for you. I picked it for certain reasons, which I'll explain later. But so the band is a band called Senseless Things. Have you heard of them?
No.
They're a fairly minor British band, so I'd be surprised if you did. The song is called, right up your alley, Too Much Kissing. We've heard all the rumours, Greg. So
every day I'm getting complaints from my wife. Too much.
Wait until I wake up.
She won't know.
So I'll send you the link. Go away, have a listen, come back, and tell me what you think.
That deserves a restart. Wow, the guitar and the bass. Right at you. Bass. Sounds a little bit like the Breeders. Almost sped up Breeders. you go. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really cool. Oh. Nope. That was cool. And the bass. Yeah. Ah, that's so good. I was waiting for drum rolls. I mean, the drummer was keeping the great steady beat and all like that, but it was actually bothering me that they weren't doing any drum rolls, like very little of it. And I actually wrote it down. Could have used drum rolls. I can now cross that out. That's great. Let me bring it back a little bit and then take it out. This is really a fun listen. This is cool. There you go. Yeah. Is that it? That is it. That's enough, but that's good. That's not an insult. Like, that was great. I mean, that's 4 minutes and 33 seconds. That's a longer than usual song, and that is fine. And they did the drum rolls. They checked off all the boxes. That's so cool. I'm so happy. This is really fun. Listen, man, this is good. Back to John. Well, the good news is that this song is not senseless, so whatever that means. I liked it. I gotta say though that for a little bit, there was like a conventional kind of feel to it, and it was interesting because it really started right out of the gate. Bam! I wrote down bam, and also the bass line established itself really good. Okay. And I thought, okay, this is cool, and it's moving. And then when but I think it's a she, and the vocals start. Well, it sounded like Breeders. It had a Breeders kind of feel to me, maybe sped up, but it was like a Breeders kind of feel with the guitar and with the vocals, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, and has a lot of energy. And then they kind of go to verse 2. And then, I'm like, okay. And I'm waiting for something to sort of change. I'm waiting for some sort of like, left turn, right turn. And it's not happening. I'm like, okay, this is going to be probably one of those straightforward begin and end. And I'm like, all right. And then the guitar solo came. And that was really cool. And that's when it started becoming even more interesting to me. And they actually extended that, which I thought was a brilliant idea. because it was really interesting. It was really good. And so to extend that, that was good. And then they come back to a little bit of a different kind of guitar thing. And then they had the genius stroke of saying, hey, bass player, you've been really like absolutely bleeding your fingers, you know, for the last 3 minutes on the bass. It's amazing stuff, you know, really great rhythm and stuff like that you've been establishing. Hey, we're going to throw you a solo. Spotlight, boom, on the bass player. And the bass player, I love that. I love that. So like for about a minute and a half or so, you had this sort of focus all of a sudden away from lyrics and vocals, which was fine. It was okay. But on the music, on the solo, on the guitar, on the bass, and all of a sudden it became like this something different. And I thought that was really great. So that's when the song was really becoming interesting for me. And then I actually wrote, before that, I wrote in the middle, could have used drum rolls, because at some point for the first 2 minutes, I'd like to kind of, you know, again, the rhythm was really good. The bass play and the drum, right? They're in tandem. It's good. Bass play is going kind of crazy up and down like that, really innovative. The drum is not, you know, it's boom, boom, boom. And then there was so many opportunities for like little drum rolls and stuff like that. And it wasn't happening. And I got pissed off about it. And I write down, could have used drum rolls, because I wanted to make sure that when you and I talked, that I was going to bring that up. And then lo and behold, after the bass solo, freaking drum was holding back. And it said, yeah. I can't hold back any longer. No. And then just boom, boom, it went crazy. I went crazy.
Stop shaking the camera.
Everything went nuts. Oh, I loved it. I love that. I love that. And there you go. So it went from a song that I thought was going to be one of those where I was going to say to you, you know, it was good. It was nice. It was interesting, to like, wow. Yeah, that was a really great listen.
Good. Good. Well, I didn't have massively high hopes for this. I like.
So what the hell did you give it to me for then?
Because I think you deserve it.
Yes.
Oh, dearie me. So I gave it to you for fairly personal reasons. I could see how people might like this but not love it. I mean, I love it. Yeah, so years and years and years ago, one of my mates was seeing some girl, and her and her best friend, me and him, met up. It wasn't a double date, but it was kind of. And their favourite band was Senseless Things. And we were kind of taking the mickey out of them, saying how rubbish they were. We didn't even know them. And we went into a record store, and this single was in the bargain basement, going really dirt cheap. And they were so offended that one of their favourite songs, and I picked it up, which is this single here, which is what you just listened to. And it became a favourite of mine for a couple of reasons. It's got that punkish kind of sentiment to it. I'm not even sounding punkish. There's great guitars on it. It is a really straightforward song, but it's a really good sort of, you know, rocking song. And within those limitations, they do get a bit of dynamics and light and shade, as you say, with the bass, you know, coming through. And this really was their signature tune, and it's one of their first ones, and they kept on going for a while. And I mean, to be honest with you, it just makes me feel young listening to it. So that's why I love it. You know, it's one of those, you know, we've all got them. But yeah, I'll tell you a bit about the band. There's a couple of interesting things with this. So they're formed in 1986 in Twickenham, which is London. And their name, Senseless Things, comes from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Act 1, Scene 1, Julius Caesar. There you go. So the band, Mark Keds, vocals and guitar. So he's the guy you heard singing and playing the guitar. Morgan Nichols on bass, Cass Brown drums, and Ben Harding on guitar.
Right.
They got their first sort of break doing, as a lot of bands did, doing a session for John Peel's radio show. Their second album.
John Peel. Always makes his way into these reactions. It's amazing.
He's an amazing guy and a complete legend of not just the British music scene, but British society. He did lots of other things as well. I'm a huge fan of John Peel, and he's sorely missed. And there's no one quite like him, unfortunately. Their second album, First of Too Many, which is that one there, they got sort of comparative success. They had 3 top 20 singles from it. And the cover art for that was done by a chap called Jamie Hewlett, who's a graphic artist, a comic book drawer, and he went on to help. He did design all the graphics for Gorillaz, so all the characters and everything, and all the animation. He did that.
Okay.
So they did a third album, which was okay. And they did lots of other sort of bits and pieces and EPs and some really good stuff. And they split in 1995. And interestingly, we did a recent reaction, Andy and I gave him a song by Delacota.
Yeah.
And a couple of the guys from this band formed Delacota.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And in the reaction, in the comments section, one of our lovely viewers, let me get this right, Gart Greenside, hello Gart, he put, I can't believe that you put Delacota before Senseless thing. So I did say to him I replied saying it is coming. So, and he says, oh, it's the obvious one. Okay. And this is the obvious one. Just as another aside, Mark Kedds, he actually helped write a song which you've reacted to, which I believe you absolutely love, which is The Libertines Can't Stand Me Now.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
It was written by Pete Doherty, Carl Barat, and Mark Kedds. He wrote that as well. Unfortunately, he died in 2001, aged only 50. He had obstructive pulmonary disease, so problems with his breathing, his lungs. Just really, sad and very young. For those who sort of, there's quite a loyal following for Senseless things. They're much sort of loved, and him in particular. And so it's very sad, way too soon. But on a happier note, their music lives on, and there'll always be some person of my age playing this song somewhere in the UK, and that will keep on going for many years.
Yeah. And what about the meaning? I mean, it's too much kissing. Is it just kind of a throwaway sort of lyrics?
I'm not sure. I mean, I've got the lyrics here. They're kind of interesting in a way. I think they might be a little bit throw. I'll read through it and see what you think. So it goes, we don't get the time now, feeling like we're exiles, waiting by the corner, think I better walk on. We don't get the time now, feeling like we're exiles. And if you don't know where you're going, there's no way of knowing what's going wrong. And then it goes into, the older that you get, the more goes unsaid. I could have picked you up on that, but it's easy just to lie back. The older that you get, the more that gets unsaid. I should have picked you up on that, but it's easy just to lie back. Oh no. And then it goes into, we don't get the time now. That's where you get all the breakdowns and the solo and then the bass. And then right at the end, he goes, and if you've got imagination, you just grow jealous. And I'd say that that's all too much. Well, I hope I still believe, and this room ain't the place that I always return. I have no idea of what that means, but it's obviously, I think it's a personal anecdote. But but yeah,
I wonder if overall the song is just about, as you get older, maybe there's a tendency to not try so hard, to put yourself out there and to fall in love, to have someone fall in love with you. Relationships get a little, to actually try to, like it's in the younger days where maybe the lust and the attraction, and nowadays, then you get sort of maybe complacent in relationships, and maybe not willing to kind of put the extra work in to try to like be attractive to your partner and keep the flame alive. I wonder if, just from what the lines that you were saying, I was kind of picking that up. So
I wonder. Yeah, that's an interesting point, because I feel that now you say that the line, the title, too much kissing, is stereotypically sort of thing that an older person would say about watching younger people or watching something. Oh, there's too much kissing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But think about it. They were once younger.
Exactly.
So they were once young and they were probably kissing a lot, maybe. And someone who was older at that time was saying too much kissing. And it's just, and now you're at that stage where, because I was thinking like, yeah, too much kissing. This is going to be a real, I can't keep my hands off you, my lips on you, oh my God, I keep kissing you. There's too much kissing, too much. But it's really interesting how it seems like it's used in a different way,
Yeah.
a different kind of meaning. Yeah. It's like, I'll stop that. Yeah.
Oh, those days, eh?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, cool. So yeah, overall, it's a good listen for me. Cool. Yeah, you're gonna take us out.
Yeah, sure. Well, I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. I'm sure there are some Senseless Things fans. Let us know what you think. I am absolutely certain that if you're a Senseless Things fan, you'll love this song, but there'll be others that I should have picked instead. So please let us know. Drop your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we shall see every one of you on the next episode of Into the Music.
See ya.